You're out. You're out. You were almost a full pen anyway. Goodbye, chickens. Goodbye. Goodbye to all the chickens. Bye. You are... Good morning, everyone. I'm Dave. Welcome back to the wee hours where I suffer from periodic bouts of insomnia and play games to pass the time. Welcome back to the Farm Manager 2018 Grow Nothing $1 Million Challenge, where we will build no crops, no greenhouses, no fields, no nothing. Nothing will be grown in the ground. And we have some decisions to make about the chickens. We have to talk about the chickens. Now, the chickens are technically profitable in that sitting there doing their thing, being chickens and making eggs, is technically profitable for us. But at this stage of the game, where we're kind of in, well, I guess I would qualify it almost mid-game, where we're not making no money at this point. We're a little low right now at 30K, but that's just because we did a lot of outlay to put up these wind farm, these wind turbines. Who's ready for breeding? It's the chickens. Yeah, we're going to talk about you guys. So we just laid out a ton of money to put up all these wind turbines. And thank you to the comments section. Once again, Emrys, this challenge is basically one long conversation between me and Emrys in the internet's world about why there is no set amount of money that the wind farms are making. There seemed to be some confusion about how much money they make month to month. It's because they don't make the same amount of money month to month. They make a varied amount of money based on the available wind, based on the weather. So the price will fluctuate, or rather the income will fluctuate month to month. But that's fine. They still make a decent amount of money. The last time we looked at this, it was making just a shade over $1,700 per month per wind turbine, and they cost virtually nothing to maintain. Virtually nothing to maintain. Expensive to put up initially, but they can just sit there and quietly tick along income. In fact, my overall goal is that we put up enough of these, maybe even in this episode, to pay for our loan payment. So our $200,000 loan payment, we are paying back in round numbers about $9,200 a month. And if we can put up enough wind turbines, that'll just pay for the loan payment, which puts us into a more profitable situation. So back to the chicken issue. The chickens make money. Not a lot, but they make money. So we could sell off, you're waiting for the inseminator, we won't do you, we'll do you. So we have 28 out of 30 here. We can sell them at 16 a pop, and they breed very, very quickly. That is true. They breed very quickly, and that's some really easy money that we can make. And then we can sell their eggs. But, you know, let's look at the egg scenario here. So if we go down into selling their eggs, 163 eggs, we're getting a grand total of 432 farm monies for that. Now, it's not nothing. It's not nothing. I mean, it is money, but we have to look at how much space these animals are taking up compared to how much money they're making. The one thing that I've really found interesting about this challenge is that this is like running a retail store. Now, back in my very, very younger days, way back about 150 million years ago, I had some experience in retail management. It was a career I was on, and then I got off it. But in retail management, you've got to look at how much space is the thing taking up versus how much money it's making. Now, if these chicken coops were, say, the size of the beekeeper houses, which take up virtually no space, that might be more realistic. We might keep the chickens around because they're not taking up much space and they are making some money. In fact, pound for pound, the beekeepers are the best things going on here. They take up virtually no space and they make a ton of money. So, long story short, I think the chickens have got to go. Because we could be putting something else in this space, like, say, goats or sheep that produce way more money over the long term and really maximize our space. Because space is our issue. Space is our issue. We may never, I would like to, but we may never expand beyond our initial tile of farm here. So if we don't expand, then we've got to maximize the space that we've got. So when those breeding sessions get done there, I think we're getting rid of the chickens, and we're replacing that with either goats or sheep. I'm kind of leaning towards sheep. I know in the last couple of episodes, and as I'm doing this, I'm just going to check the pens and see 13 out of 15. Sell a couple of you guys. I know in the past I've been kind of off sheep because they don't produce milk quickly. Even though sheep's cheese, and we have our 2 milk processing plants here, even though sheep's cheese is quite a good bit of money, the sheep themselves just flat out don't make cheese or don't make milk quickly. But more sheep does mean more milk, which means more sheep cheese. So I could go either way. We could go goats or sheep. We may just do a little bit of each on that. So let me just, well, the breeding is done. Breeding is done on 2 of these. So, you know what? Guess what, guys? You're out. You're out. You were almost a full pen anyway. Goodbye, chickens. Goodbye. Goodbye to all the chickens. Bye. You are gone, and we are going to demo that. And I'll see how it's going to fit. I may demo some of that path as well. And you guys, you are all out of here. Sorry, guys. Day 1, you were fantastic. I needed all your eggs. Day whatever this is, not so much. And you can go. Bye. And same again. Are you still waiting for breeding? Oh, okay. Well, we'll just get this breeding cycle done. We may as well get those little, 16 bits of farm money for the maximum amount of chickens. Now, what's going to fit here? What is actually going to fit here? And do I have to demolish some of these paths? So let's look at small sheds for goats and sheep, which are obviously much cheaper now because we've done the training to reduce the price of buildings. Can we actually get that in there? No, I'm going to have to restructure the paths a little. That's fine. That's fine. A little bit of demo won't kill us. Well, maybe I should just get on this side so I can see what the heck I'm doing here. The wind turbines are fantastic, but they're really in my way. Let's get rid of you. Let's get rid of all of you and all of you. We could probably do a little better about being more efficient with our pathing anyway. So now, can we fit something in there? Will that work with that? Yes. Okay, now we're back on track here. So let's do, well, actually, hang on. How much monies do we have? Let's do a quick round of selling here first before I start spending all the money that we have, because the wind farms aren't making that much yet. So multi-flower honey, ooh, that's going nice and high right now. Nice and high. Yeah, sell all of that. Goat's cheese, sell all of that. Yellow cow cheese, yes please. And sure, just get rid of the cow cheese, why not? And you know what? Get rid of these last few eggs, sure, why not? Now, speaking of cheese, another comment that came up was the reason we have 2 milk processing plants is because we're just almost literally swimming in cow's milk and we couldn't process it fast enough. So we dedicated processing plant number 1 to cow's milk and processing plant number 2 to sheep and goat milk. However, we've still got a ton of cow's milk. So I want to go back into processing plant number 2 and put them back on cow's milk. They may as well try and get all the cow's cheese and products that we can get out of it that we can. So it's going to really split their forces, but that's fine. You know what? Just do basic cow's milk. And you know what? Why don't you do butter? I don't think we're doing butter in the other plant, are we? No, we are not doing butter there. And let me just go back in and make sure you take all that you need, take everything that you need to do that. That will split our forces a little bit in this plant, but hopefully we can be processing more cow's milk. And you are done, right? You are done. Oh, look at that, a full pen. Bye, guys. Bye. Time for you to go live on somebody's dinner plate. Bye. Sorry, guys. You're just not cutting it anymore. And you can go away and let me do a little more path. Oh, kind of messed that path up. That's fine. It's just a path. We can put it back. We can put it back. And I know all of you guys have nothing to do right now. It's like a sort of mini vacation until I put up some more pens. But thankfully, you can be easily transferred from one skill to another. You're just flat out good at animals. Doesn't really matter what animals you're doing. All right, so we can at least afford to put up 1 right at the moment. So let's get you in as close as we can get in there. There we go. And we'll put that path back here if we can. And then we'll do a little more reworking of the path just to try and be a little bit more efficient. So let's get this path going down here again. Good. Okay. Build that, and then we'll find something to put in there. Okay, so this one is up and done. Let's give your training is finished. Okay, I'll deal with that in just 1 second. Let's get any of our temporarily unemployed animal folks to work in there. We'll take the 5 out of 5, and then we'll, as we put up the others, we'll train up the other folks. And let's go. I know I've been off sheep, but I'm going to go back to sheep. If we can maybe just get more sheep's milk, then we can get more sheep cheese. That would be an ideal. So why don't you buy me, I don't know, 10 of those. Buy me 10 sheep, please. Uh-oh, animals are sick. What's the problem? Call the vet. Call the vet. Oh, not the goats. No, the goats are good. We like the goats. Yeah, please take care of the goats. And all of these pens are 4 out of 6 on the cows, right? We don't have too many cows. No. All right, good. Yeah, get me some sheep in there, please. Oh, they're already here. That was quick. Awesome. Good job. So that should start happening in terms of getting some more sheep's milk, hopefully. And then maybe 2 more pens along here. We still got to save this space for the eventual storage with cooling and the slaughterhouse. But you know what? In the meantime, seeing as it's, July, no reason we shouldn't be taking advantage of the warmer months by putting up, yep, you guessed it, another beekeeping house. Although in saying that, do I have space for another employee? Oh, I do not. I'd have to put up a whole other employee house, wouldn't I? Animals ready for breeding. Who? Goats! Yay, goats! I'm glad it's not the chickens anymore. I'm really excited about that. You are full and you are... Oh, you're not full at all. Okay, I can totally put another bee person up in here. And speaking of up in here, why don't I put it up in here? This seems like a pretty good sensible spot. At least they wouldn't have to walk far to get to their bee hut, bee house, casa de bee, I don't know. Okay, who's breeding now? More goats. Fantastic. Fantastic. Even better. Yes, give me more goats and let me get back to what I was doing up here. Thank you. All right, so I want to get back to training in a second, but I want to sort of map out what I want to do with the bees. So if we took maybe this path here, and no, that's not pathing at all. That's housing. If we took this path and ran it, say, here... Okay, I'll deal with the breeding in just a moment. And here. Yeah, okay, good. All right, who's breeding? Okay, more goats. Boy, you take the chickens off, and all of a sudden the goats are going nuts down here. Speaking of which, are you 13 out of 15? Sell a couple of you. Sell a couple of you. And you guys are 11, 11, 13. Sell a couple of you. Perfect. See, even just selling the animals, we're doing better than the chickens. So I'm pretty confident in my decision. I think that was an okay decision to make. Slow it down for a sec, guys. Slow it down. Let's get Casa de Bees. 1,400 after that training. That is just dirt cheap. You know what? I'll put it right next to the house. You guys have no excuse not to get on some beekeeping activity here. And while they're getting that built, I do like to actually manually sell my stuff. However, that being said... I will deal with the breeding in just a moment. Let's get some stuff on auto sell, particularly the cow's milk, because that will go off fairly quickly. The cheese will last longer. The honey pretty much lasts forever. But let's get ourselves auto selling the cow's milk, so at least hopefully we don't lose any. We don't waste any. Ooh, cows! Yay! Yes, absolutely call the inseminator for the cows. I'd actually kind of forgotten I put this cow shed over here. I only record these things once a week. I'd forgotten about that cow shed. How are we doing on the bees over here? If you can get some bees going, thank you. And while we're doing that, let's look for an employee. Which was the empty house? There we go. I need a bee person, please. What you got in the realm of bees? Well, you're 1 out of 5 and grossly overpriced, Amelia McDonald, so no. Toby Moore, you're 1 out of 5, but pretty cheap. I could train you up. Is there anyone better? You're 0 out of 5 and not as cheap as the other guy. Here we go. Mohammed, you're 3 out of 5 and 487. That's well within my wages comfort zone. You're in, Mohammed. And they're actually just about to finish that. So if you guys just wanted to tick that along, thank you very much. Perfect. So Mohammed can go live in there. And let's just give you 1 boost for right now for a 1,600. Let's get some hives going on. Let's buy those, and whoa, 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 extreme close-up, extreme close-up. 1, I did not hold the shift key. Thank you. And 2, 3, 4, 5, and right down the line. Ah! I did it wonky. Oh, that's so annoying. All right, well, one of them lives here then. Oh, that's going to make me mental like the other one. I may have to come back and demo those and start all over again, but not today. Not today. All right, so the training. That's what we wanted to look at now. Is there anything relatively inexpensive, because we're not swimming in money right now, and would actually be beneficial? We could reduce bills by 12%. That just keeps coming down and down and down. That's no bad thing at all. That's just basically money in our pocket. I do want to get to the agricultural school, 100K, and it takes a full year, but I do want to get to that. Effective marketing techniques, maximum price of products. Yeah, I think we've kind of broadly done the spectrum that I wanted to do on raising the minimum price and the maximum price. I don't know if I want to do too much more with that. Hopefully we're not going to need another loan. Likelihood of receiving a grant, and then workers. Rate of production by 15%. That would be very good for the milk processing. However, it takes 90 days and it's 10 grand. Let's go back to reducing our bills by 10%. I think that's a solid one to do. It's pretty quick, 10 days, 6 grand, do it. Wow, we have basically no money at this point. Let's sell things. Let's sell things on the farm. Let's do some selling of things that we won't be selling any chicken eggs anymore. Okay, 3,300 for the sheep's wool, and we've got more sheep to give us more wool. Multi-flower honey, mid-range price. I will take that. 12,000 farm monies for honey. Thank you, bees. Oh, we had some eggs left over. Super, get rid of those. Won't be seeing those again. All right, I'll deal with breeding in a second. Cow cheese is bottomed out, but it's higher because we took that training. It may be bottomed out, but we're getting a little bit more for that, and kind of need all the money I can get right now. Yellow cow cheese, 5,500 farm monies. Goat cheese, just it's a fire sale. Everything must go. I'm going to just hold on to the sheep cheese and see how much of that we accumulate with our extra sheep. And we'll see. Animals are ready for breeding. Speaking of sheep, it's the sheep. Hi, sheep. And did we get the breeding done over here? How many animals do we have in here? 5 out of 6. Well, let's sell 1. Got to make sure we have room for at least 2. That's the goal. At least 2. Now. Is it time for pen number 2 over here? I broadly think it is. Yeah, let's do pen number 2. May as well get it going, if only because we've got unemployed workers right now. They're not doing anything, and it ain't that kind of farm. So go ahead and build me that. I know this is a lot of outlay of money in this episode. I mean, we're spending a lot, but this is all about long-term planning. My hope is that eventually we will make all this back up and then some. Oh, I got space for some more bees down here. Excellent. Is this house full? That house is full. So the only place we have space is up here, correct? Yeah. Got room for 3 more employees when we are so inclined to do so. Is somebody else breeding that I'm not attending to? Yeah, you guys, you sheep. All right. Breed away. Breed away. Give me more sheep's milk. Speaking of sheep's milk, how are you guys doing in here? Are you actually getting this done? Well, you're making some butter. That's good. Yeah, everything's broadly going okay. I really feel like I'm splitting my forces a little bit too much in this one, but we'll see how it plays out. Okay, second pen is up to replace the chickens. Yeah, goats. Let's go goats on this one. Alice, you're 4 out of 5. Why don't we just take 1 second just to max you out to 5 out of 5, and let's get some goats in here. So give me, I don't know, 8 goats, please. Those guys breed at a decent clip. Not as much as the chickens, but not as slowly as the cows. So why don't you just give me that? You'll breed up the rest. Speaking of breeding up the rest, sell a couple of you. 1 of you. 13 out of 15. Yeah, sell a couple of you. How we doing over here, guys? 13 out of 15. Fantastic. There we go. All right. So the training is about halfway done. The next thing I wanted to look at pre-planning is how much is it actually going to cost to do the warehouse with cooling? Because until we have that, even thinking about a slaughterhouse is dumb because we can't put anything in storage. So warehouse with cooling, is that product? No, that's storage. Storage. Warehouse with cooling, 133K, and that's with the discount after our taking the training to reduce the price of buildings. 133K. That's not inconceivable, though. That's not inconceivable. We've been over 100K, largely over the winter when we're just quietly ticking away cheese and nobody is doing anything else. So that's pretty realistic to get to that. It's probably not going to happen today, but it will happen. We can get there. Boy, we've got a lot of manure. Animals are sick. No, call the vet. No sick goats, please. No sick goats, please. Okay, the training is finished, so our bills are now... Oh, are they taking the loan payment out? Oh, that's an angry red number ticking down there. Oh, that is an angry red number. Just stop. Please stop. Please stop. No, don't. Okay, there we go. Whew, 19,620. Oh, that's grim. That is grim. Well, we've spent a lot of money recently. We've spent a lot of money. And I'm about to spend some more. May as well keep the training going. Unless there's really anything else I want right at the moment. The next thing I want is really the annual agricultural school. I don't really feel the pressing need. I could keep going on the minimum maximum thing, but I don't know how valuable that is now. I mean, it's valuable. It's certainly not valuable, but I don't really know how much we need that right at the moment. You know what? Let's just not do training right at the moment. Let's just not do training at all. We will come back to that when we've got a little bit more money in our pocket, because right now we're hurting. Who's breeding? Goats. Fantastic. In fact, we'll probably just kind of sit and let this ride right at the moment and just accumulate some money. Speaking of accumulating some money, I see we've got a whole bunch of honey. Here. It sucks that the bees only work part-time during the year, but who's ready for breeding? Okay, yeah, sure. Oh, the new sheep. The new sheep are ready for breeding. Yay, that was relatively quick. The bees only work part-time, but in these summer months, boy, do they crank out some honey. Absolutely. See, sheep's cheese, we're still not making a lot of that. And that's actually going to go off soon. So sell that. And multi-flower honey, yeah, I'll take 15K, thank you very much. Cow cheese, we've got quite a bit of that. We'll get rid of that. Butter, how does butter do? Not so great. We may get off butter. Yellow cow cheese, on the other hand, that's a quick 55K. Goat cheese, sure, get rid of that, dump that. You can keep the milk because you're probably going to go and grab that for more cheese. All right, well, that brought us up to a quick 54. That's not bad at all. In fact, I think I'm going to take that money and put down the third pen again. I just want to get a little pathing action going here once you get out here. And then let's do a path down here. Where could we get that to sit there? Right there. There we go. And we've got the money. We may as well start spending some of it. Get another small shed going. How close can I tuck that? Right about there-ish. Perfect. Okay, get that going for me, guys. May as well get our unemployed worker who's had a very, very long vacation, about a month's long vacation, just sitting in the employee house doing absolutely nothing. Who's breeding? Please say cows. Goats. And it's the new goats. Excellent. Good. Keep it coming, goats. Keep it coming. I think we'll probably do goats in the other pen, too. Maybe sheep. I don't know. I really don't know. You know what would solve that question? I don't trust the market prices as much as I would like to because the market thing is a little vague. But if we just do meat, can we get... Yeah, all right. So cow meat we know is going to be good. But goat meat and sheep meat, mutton, there we go. Which is going to be better? Mutton, by quite a wide margin. Goat meat is not going to do well, which is not overly surprising. I don't think I've ever seen goat meat in my local market or butcher shop. No one said, hey, you want to buy a goat steak? No. Lamb, however, and mutton, very much so. So, pre-planning, long-term planning, will go sheep because the sheep are going to be more valuable. Oh, the cows are breeding. Fantastic. The cows are going to be more valuable to slaughter, which sounds terrible when you say it out loud, but this is a farm. Bad things happen on a farm, so we can all eat. Yes, you, Alexander, can go in there, and we'll take... No, I absolutely chose Alexander. There we go. And let's bump you up to max skill level. No, don't release you. No. And we will go sheep, because over the long term, even though they're not producing milk very quickly, they will be more valuable as meat later. So give me, I don't know, give me 9 sheep. Give me 9 sheep. And get that going, please. Aha, more cows, rather, are breeding. Super good. Love it when the cows breed. None of you guys are full, right? Oh, you're full. Yeah, 2 cows out. There we go. 4,000 to sell a cow. And speaking of that, why don't we just check the other pens here? You are, yeah, I can get rid of a couple of you. Anything we can do to just tick up the money a little bit? Sure, sell a sheep. Why not? And yeah, sell one of you. And oh, you guys are maxed out. Yeah, let's get rid of a bunch of you. There we go. Who's breeding? More goats. I just cleared your pen out. Fantastic. Good job, guys. Excellent. Well done. How are the new animals breeding? 10 out of 15 and 12 out of 15. Get rid of a couple of you. That's fine. The new sheep have arrived, and we've maxed out the caregiver. That is all good stuff. And oh, who's breeding now? It's not chickens. At least it's not chickens. That's about the best thing I can say. I don't regret my decision. I think getting rid of the chickens and replacing them with more valuable animals was a smart thing to do. You can disagree in the comments, Emrys. I'm looking in your direction. But I think overall that was a broadly smart move, because making, 200, 300, 400 farm monies on some eggs is just not cutting it anymore. We're dealing with larger numbers at this point. Oh, wow. Everybody is breeding. Everybody is breeding. Let's just do a quick round of what do we got that we can get out the door. Actually, as I'm going down here, some of our food is getting a little bit low. Wow, we've only got like 55 kilograms of grass left. And you know what? We got a ton of animals now. We have a ton of animals. Give me, get the sheep's cheese out of here. I don't know if butter is cutting it. Yeah, you know what? Just before we even finish that thought, I don't think butter is really cutting it. Let's just kill that right now. Where did butter live? Well, you are actually about to finish something. I'm just going to let you tick that past and just get that bit of butter so you don't stop in mid-production and, I don't know, there's just a half-made thing of butter sitting there. Did you finish that yet? Oh, all right. Well, you know what? We'll come back to you in a second. Let's go back to selling and then buying, because I think we need some more food. We've got a whole bunch of animals here. I know that sheep's wool is on auto sell, but I'm here. I'll do it. Oh, now we got a lot of goat's milk. We should probably put that on auto sell as well. That's probably a very smart thing to be doing. Cow cheese, quite a bit of that. 6,500, 728 units of multi-flower honey. Oh, 15K. Thank you, bees. Thank you, bees. I wish we could have colza honey and buckwheat honey, but we can't. We just can't. Yeah, the straw that I bought for no readily explainable reason that has not moved. Why don't we just get rid of that? At the very least, it'll free up some space. Oh, yeah, 5 kilograms of crops. That's all kinds of no-goods. In fact, actually, slow it down a little here, guys, because I think the animals are about to run out of food. So crops, let's get, this is wicked cheap. Just get I don't know, 3,000 units of crops for 410 farm monies. Yeah, get that. And what else? What do the sheep and goats favor? What do you guys like? You'll eat crops, you'll eat grass, corn, wheat, oats, silage. We could get in some more of that because that's really cheap. Let's get some grass and silage, definitely. What do you guys eat? You'll also eat grass and silage. Good. I don't think I'm going to treat you to pears. Let's just get some basics down. We'll get some grass, and because that's dirt cheap. Literally, dirt cheap. It's basically dirt. No, not grass seed. Grass. Give me 3,000 of that, please. It's never going to go off. Well, it will next year, but I think we will have eaten it by then. And silage. Let's get some of that in. Also pretty darn cheap, so give me 3,000 of that. 707. Okay, good. That was valuable. Let's not have any starving animals. Let's try and nip that in the bud right now. Let me just set up a couple of more things on. That is exactly what I did not want to do. Set up a couple of more things on auto trade. Yeah, I definitely think we could be auto-selling the manure. I don't think I really need to keep track of that. It doesn't make much money, but you know what? It's manure. We've got it. We're not using it for anything else because we're not growing anything. So I should have set up chicken eggs on auto sell. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Absolutely kidding. All right. So good. That's fine. That's all broadly fine. 74K. And new products are already ticking in. We could be at our 130 some odd that we need for the cooling warehouse sooner than I think. So I don't know if I want to save up for that or start throwing down some more wind turbines to be quietly making us more money. I'm going to have a think about that, and I'll see what I want to do in the next episode. Until then, I'm Dave. Thank you, as always, for joining me in the wee hours, and we'll see you next time.